Hello y'all, this is Saudi Arabian Flavour, a Hearts of Iron format that gives a very interesting focus tree to the country of Saudi Arabia. This modification adds Saudi Arabia to the select country screen, and I might as well read what its brief history has to say. And so, throughout the 19th and early 20th century, the Al-Saud dynasty faced numerous challenges, including conflicts with neighboring tribes and the Ottoman Empire. However, their control over the region gradually solidified. In 1932, Abdulaziz ibn Saud officially established the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, uniting various regions under his rule and becoming the country's first king. But he does not yet control all of Arabia. Will you guide Saudi Arabia to uniting the peninsula under Abdulaziz ibn Saud, or take the country in a completely different direction? Saudi Arabia begins with 4 divisions in 1936, and its ruling ideology is non-aligned, and it has 2 different national spirits, and they are warriors skilled in desert warfare and recently established kingdom. I think the first one makes irregular infantry very, very good for this country. Also, there is at least one unique advisor, but you have to unlock them with a focus called the Investor. He seems to be wearing like MLG shades, I guess. I don't know, it's very strange. And we have a couple generals I should note for commanders, and here they are. And then if we go to the focus tree now, we have the standard, I guess, I mean, this is like for the industry. You have one part, it's like for industry, for the army, for the Navy, and for the Air Force, I believe, and just building up the country in general. Then on the left side, we have the very interesting political portion of the Saudi Arabia focus tree and Saudi Arabian Flavour, and this includes 3 paths, really, and I think there's a 4th one, but it may be like a work in progress. And so 3 paths, and we'll go over each of them shortly, but we have, just in summary, we have one that involves creating the Abbasid, just recreating the Abbasid Empire and making a greater Perso-Arabian Empire or something like that, and just creating, I don't know, becoming Rome, because if it worked for Mehmed II and the Ottomans, it can work for Abdulaziz ibn Saud and Saudi Arabia. The Abbasid and Perso-Arabian Empire paths share a lot of focuses, at least initially, so I might as well go over those. And so we have this, you can press for Al-Hajar, that's some land controlled by Iraq, and you may or may not have a war over that. Then you have Iraq for puppet status, Arab consolidation, which will give you decisions to invade British colonies in Arabia. You don't have to do that, but if you want to fight for Jordan and for Abu Dhabi against the UK in 1936 or whenever, you can do that, even though it is the UK, so major power, that is what you're going up against. Then you can do the Syrian question, demand Syria from France, and you go through a bunch of other focuses. Here you can seize Iraq, the Arab League, and invite the new Arab countries. That's, I guess, Morocco and Palestine, and you can integrate territory. And it is at this portion of the focus tree, during this part of it anyway, Yemen, Morocco, and say Oman may choose to join the country of Saudi Arabia peacefully. And then you have some decision, focus here called curtail Persian autonomy, and what that does, you have to control Persia before you can do it. So you will have to beat Iran/Persia in a war and maybe puppet them or something. To go down a greater Perso-Arabian Empire path, after you do curtail Persian autonomy, do the focus Persian referendum, and this may fail, which is a good thing for the end goal we're trying to reach if you're trying to go down this path, because you'll get some national spirit through an event called, I believe, something like Fierce Persian Resistance. So you'll do the focus concessions to Persians to get rid of that, and then you'll do solve an issue, and then do unite the thrones. And basically, you form a dual monarchy between Persia, the ruling families of Persia, and Saudi Arabia, and it's ruled by like a council. And you also get focuses to invade Afghanistan and Pakistan, because, Pakistan, or the British Raj, I guess, because you are technically, I guess, the successor of the Persian Empire in a way. And here is their borders at their full extent. Under the Royal Council, you have Abdulaziz ibn Saud and Raza Shah Pahlavi, those two families, those two dynasties, and now united into one giant state. Together, they control all of the Middle East. As for the Abbasid path, to get that, you will have to take Persia by force instead of Persian referendum. After you do curtail Persian autonomy, and once take Persia by force is done, you'll get some event that will lead to a war with Iran, and you can do the focus reclaiming the Abbasid Empire. And for some context, the Abbasid Caliphate was the third caliphate to succeed the Islamic prophet Muhammad, and at its height it controlled the Arabian Peninsula, Persia, Iraq, Syria, parts of Asia Minor, or I guess what would be considered modern-day Turkey, Egypt, Crete, lots of North Africa, and a piece of Sicily, so pretty big in its heyday. And after you do reclaim the Abbasid Empire, you can do reclaiming Armenia, which will get you some claims, I guess, on Armenia and their historical lands. And you can do Turkish oppressors and Russian oppressors, and this will give you conquer focus war goals on Turkey and the Soviet Union. And once that is done, you win those wars. You can integrate Armenia or make them into the Armenian Principalities, which is basically a puppet state, and here we have done that. And so we've also made Turkey and the Soviet Union into our puppets. You don't have to do this, but you can if you want to. And so the the Saudi Abbasid Empire path is a little different compared to the other one. And besides all that, Abdulaziz ibn Saud will now be Abdulaziz ibn Saud Abbasid. Let's now take a look at the peak of absurdity that is the Saudi Roman Empire path. And the way this works is that you first had to do some focuses that were relating to intervening in Ethiopia. Saudi Arabia will help the Ethiopians in their war against the Italians, and eventually this will lead to either helping the Italian resistance in Italy should there be a civil war, or assembling the anti-fascist coalition and attacking Italy with Austria, Switzerland, Yugoslavia, and France alongside Ethiopia. And then you'll need to have the state Rome is in. And once that is done, you can do this focus here, Imperator Abdulaziz's claim on Rome. And you may ask, how does Abdulaziz ibn Saud have a claim on the Roman Empire? Well, I mean, it's not by blood, it's not by marriage. I'm pretty sure it's just by conquest, which is the most classy of ways to claim a long-dead empire. And then you can do more focuses like the militaristic approach or the diplomatic approach, and you'll take over, say, Turkey, Greece, France, Yugoslavia, Iberia, which includes Portugal and Spain. Then you can just reintegrate the provinces, which will give you cores on them, I believe, which will greatly boost your manpower. And then after that, you can take down France, then go after the Benelux states. If they say no to joining you, there is a chance they will. I believe they can say yes, but if they say no at the very least, they will form a united country, the Benelux, to go against you. Then you can go after, say, the European minor countries like Albania, and then you can reclaim Italia if you don't already have all of it under your control. Reclaim Britannia, you can fight the UK, and then finally you get the revenge for the Battle of the Teutoburg Forest focus, and you complete that, you unlock a decision, the best decision in the game apparently, slap a German monkey. And I should note that the Saudi Arabia Roman Empire is called Regnum Romanum, which is like the Roman Kingdom when translated from Latin to English, and it's just a name of non-aligned Rome and Hoi 4. And here we have Imperator Abdulaziz ibn Saud, and we have the slap a German monkey focus, decision here. So let's click on that, and there we go. I don't know why this is a thing, but it is. We have slapped a German monkey. There is now one monkey less in Germany. Finally, we get revenge. Okay then. And with that, this has been the wild ride that is Saudi Arabian Flavour, a Hearts of Iron 4 mod. If you enjoyed the game, well, if you enjoyed the mod, you can check it out in the video description. The link to it is there. If you enjoyed the video itself, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.